Okay, so I'm reviewing the Hampton Bay Riverbrook Espresso Brown. They're rocking swivel chairs made of aluminum and they're padded. I've sped this up a little bit, as you can see, just to keep it from being boring. You can see everything that I do through the process. When I finished before, it was about 22 minutes, and now it's about 8 minutes. So it took about 22 minutes. I mean, I brought some stuff up from the basement, as you can see, some tools and stuff, which took a little bit of time, maybe 5 minutes, but from beginning to end, I could have done it faster. When I build the second one, it will go faster. But anyway, here I go. It's, of course, all the hardware and everything is in there. It's in a bubble pack, and you just cut it open to get the stuff you need. Now first thing is you put the arms on the seat. And the good thing about it is they don't go on any way but the right way. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out why that stupid thing didn't fit right. And of course, it's because I had it on wrong. So once I figured that out, I flip things around and get it on there right again. And it goes on much better. It fits in there. Actually, everything is fitted pretty well on this chair. Yeah, I would say really well. Not precision like in a firearm or anything like that, but it's very well made as far as everything lining up. So there's 3 screws. There's 2 down there where I was just screwing, and there's 1 on that end. Now flip it around. I'm going to put this one on sitting down. That's a little easier on my old man back. Once again, there's 3 screws, 2 right there at the front, 1 in the back. Tighten them in good. Oh, as you're tightening screws, everybody already knows this probably, but the best way to do it is put all of them in kind of loose and then go back one at a time and tighten them up. So next you put the back on, and once again it only fits one way. The little trouble I had here was first I'm checking to see what size screw to get. I've got to cut it open because it's a different screw. So I had a little trouble getting the holes lined up on this. They do line up really well, but it's an awkward situation there trying to get especially the first one in. And took me a little bit, but I got them all in. Also, one of the very next one I do, the third one, it's brazed aluminum, so or not brazed, but arced aluminum, whatever they call that. And it's kind of hard to tell where the hole is just by looking. So you got to kind of do it by looking and feeling. And that one didn't work out too good. So one thing I did too was took the bolt, and I don't know if you saw it when I swung it out a little bit there. I took the bolt and because there's burrs and stuff in it. If you take the bolt and screw it in a little ways first before you start, it'll get it going before you try to line the holes up to get them in. Once again, I put them in loose and then tighten them up all the way around. Next step is, I'll get a little drink of coffee there so I can keep going. Putting the base on. A couple of things here. One is the order in which you put the bolts in. There's braces for both sides. There's a bolt, washer, brace, stick it through, brace, washer, lock, wash, nut. That's how it goes. So I'm setting it up now. Also, when you first put it on, you put the first one in there like that. You set the stand on there, or the thing that goes in, the post that goes into the stand. And you didn't see it there unless you're watching real close, but I put another bolt in upside down just to hold it there, which I'm going to take out here in just a second. I'm putting that other one in. Once again, it's bolt, washer, plate, stick it through, plate, washer, lock, wash, nut. It's pretty important to get that in the right order to keep it all nice and tight for a long time. So I did take that other one out, and I stuck the third one in. I'm getting ready to stick the fourth one in. There's 4 bolts holding that thing on there. One thing I'll say too while I'm thinking about it is once I got this done, I sat in it. I tell you what, the thing feels solid. It's very solid. It's light. It's aluminum, so it's light. Um, but it feels really solid. Now here's something I want to tell you too. I used a crescent wrench because I was kind of in a hurry when I was bringing stuff up, and I just, instead of trying to figure out which wrench to use, I got a crescent. However, I highly recommend getting a box end on there because as you can see, I'm struggling trying to get that crescent wrench on there and staying on there right so I can tighten those things down. If you get a box end and stick it on there and hold it on, you'll be good. And of course, I made it work, but a box end is the tool for this job, not a crescent wrench. So, and this is coming to the end here. Oh, also one thing I did is 4 of those bolts on that post are already in there, and as you'll see here in a second, I go ahead and tighten them down. I'm tightening down the ones that I put on there, but on the other end of that, closer to the ground, I'm doing it now, I'm tightening them up. And here in a second you get to see my butt because I was tired of reaching around with my left hand and with my right hand and trying to use my left hand with the wrench. So here I come. Now I can put the crescent wrench on my left hand and use the drill in my right hand, which is of course more natural to me. And as you can see, it took just a second at that point. All right, I'm coming to the end here. One thing about this is the amount of time it takes. You could cut that in half if you didn't have to unbox it. It's boxed really well, but unboxing it takes a while. Everything is taped and covered, which is good because it comes out looking good. There were a couple of scratches on it, but nothing really. And the fabric looked really good, and the padding in the fabric was perfect. Actually, this chair feels really good. So there you go. You put that down, stick the post in, push it in, smash it down good to make sure that thing seats right. And there you have it. And I've slowed it down a little bit here because this is the good part when I get to sit down in it after building it. And once again, I tell you, this thing is very comfortable. And I got the nod from there. It is, thumbs up. I got the nod from my wife too, and my daughter. My youngest daughter, they all think this thing feels really good. It's a very comfortable chair, and rocking and swiveling makes it even better.